Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
I hate Mercury.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
I hate Mercury.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
Good day to every single one of you, wherever you are on the planet. You are tuned in, you are listening to the Lunar Lounge Podcast with myself, Israel Josie. If you haven't hit that subscription button, if you are watching this on the YouTube, please do so. I am also available on all podcast platforms. That's Amazon, Spotify, Apple, Podchasers, you name it. You can find this podcast there on all the platforms. So do follow, do download, and do support. Tell a friend to tell a friend, to tell their family, to tell their friends to tune into the show. The show is always live, or always goes out at 12:30 every Wednesday, and also at 7 p.m. every Sunday. So twice a week. I believe I'm the only astrological show that is doing that. I could be wrong, but that doesn't prove my statement to be a fact. You're tuned in to the Lunar Lounge. Competition time. We do have some winners from last week and the week previous, I believe. I believe it's 2 weeks because I didn't give last week's, did I? So we have two, yeah. And there's also some little bit of, okay, I'm going to let you know about that later in the show. Also as well, tarot card of the week that will be coming up later on in the show as well. I will be bringing up the chart for the moment, letting us know what it is that we can be looking forward to over the course of the next few weeks. We're in the season of Aquarius. Shout outs to all you Aquarius people. Happy birthday to you. Wherever you are, whenever your Earth Day is. Shout out to Sister Rosanna. Okay, yeah. I won't be able to see because I'm on many platforms right now. I should be on many platforms right now. I am going to be checking to see whether I'm coming through on the Instagram, on the Facebook, on X, formerly known as Twitter, to see if I'm coming through okay. But let's watch this. Let's watch this space. How is the weather where you are? London, UK, overnight. Did you guys hear that wind? God damn. Yeah, we are. We're up for something. So yeah, so it's quite interesting how the weather has been, how it's been treating us. But there's this storm. I forgot the names of these storms now. I can't keep up. I know they go in alphabetical order, but I really can't keep up with all these storms. But some wind is blowing out there, and like I'm telling you, on my way to the gym this morning, it's like I nearly got blown off my bike. I'm like, woo, yeah, okay. I wasn't too minds on whether to go or not. The way that wind was blowing, I saw those branches of the trees moving, man. I was like, maybe I should just stay in my, bedroom today and not come out. But it is what it is. So how is the weather where you are? Shout outs to everybody who is watching this on the YouTube. Shout outs to Yvette. Shout outs to Faye. Shout outs to Haneen. Yes, Tiffany, all the way in Memphis, Tennessee. Shout outs to you. Who else is there? Angela, shout out all of you. Sister Aura, shout outs to you. Big up to everybody there. And for those of you again who are also here on the Instagram, Imelda, Mason, shout outs to you all. Welcome. This is the Lunar Lounge Podcast. I'll be bringing up the chart in a moment. So we're going to be looking at some planetary activities over the course of the next week. We've got a full moon tomorrow. and it's going to be in the sign of Leo. There's only one lion in the zodiac, baby. And the full moon is going to be in that sign tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll be talking about that and any other planetary configuration and aspects that's coming up. Please do be mindful because although I'm live, I'm not live. But I will be checking in the comment section. So sometimes when you pose a question, it may take me a while before I answer. But do keep an eye out when you post a question. Just keep an eye out because I may not necessarily respond verbally, but I may respond in the comment section and give you the answer there. So I'm going to be keeping. So please keep an eye out for that. Welcome. Shout outs to Tyrone. Shout outs to Shayo, my brother. How you doing? Hope all is well. Shout outs to Jacqueline. Welcome to the show. The show is growing, man. The show is growing. The Lunar Lounge Podcast. What else did I want to speak about? Have you not been seeing? Hey, Tiffany, have you been seeing your man Donald Trump? He's like, didn't he win just in New Hampshire again? What's her name? Haley or whatever? She never stood a chance, did she? But apparently she's still coming back. Apparently she's the one who can maybe stop Donald Trump in his tracks. I have my doubts, but I could be wrong, but yeah, it looks like he's going for that White House again, man. It is what it is. Let's watch this. I'd like to get a hold of her chart actually, and to see what kind of transits that she may be having, and to see if she's having some good transits, and maybe she may be the one that stops him. Who knows? So he doesn't go for the thing, but it's looking like it is him at this precise time. Competition, I did mention that we do have a winner, and it's not one of our usual suspects, although one of the usuals. Yeah, shout outs to Christian. I'm gonna pull you up on something, but when it comes to the competition time, I'll pull you up on that and let you know what's going on. So no worries there. So what else? Shall we go to the astro chart of the moment, or shall I just keep waffling on? I think there was something else that I was going to say, but I'm not quite too sure. It's probably skipped my mind. I think we should go to the chart of the moment. So let me share my screen. Let me do my little magic. As I always do. Here we go. And there we have it. Right. You should be able to all see that. I guess. Yep. It's the chart. Now, for those of you on Instagram, yes, I know. Apologies. I am using actually a different platform, so I'm trying to make it so that you guys can see the screen properly. But I don't know. There seems to be some problems here with Instagram. I'm not too sure. I may not even be showing it live on Instagram. I may need to check that. But yeah. So, well, there's no point me speaking to people on Instagram if they can't see me on Instagram, right? But if you can, apologies for the screen being so big. So what are we looking at? Well, currently the moon is in Cancer, guys. Yeah, we can't beat that. We can't beat the moon in Cancer. The moon is at home, good time to, have a nice home feeling, have a nice home meal. Yeah, give someone a hug. Moon is in Cancer. So let's take it nice and gentle today. Yeah, let's get into our sensitive side. Shout out to Christelle. Yes, shout out to Noel also as well. It was great seeing you over in London a few weeks ago. Hope you had a good time. So yes, so shout out to Noel and Vanessa as well. Big up to you guys. Big up to everybody there in the chat, on the YouTube chat. Sister Aura, shout outs to you there. Tiffany, Angela, Yvette, Faye, Yeah, who else is there? Shayo. Yeah, there's yeah. Oh, I'm welcoming you all. If I don't mention your name, please do forgive me. But I see you. I see you. I acknowledge you. So what's happening? The big thing's been this Pluto in Aquarius, right? But it's not going to be like it's not like going to be like immediately we see something. So it's not like like overnight. It doesn't happen like that. It's it takes little bit of time, and we will start to see how Pluto is handing over the power to the people, right? Okay, so let's see how that goes. Venus has now moved into Capricorn, right? She will be she's trining Jupiter right now, and she's also sextiling Saturn. The sextile to Saturn probably will kick in more tomorrow, there or thereabouts. So yeah, we're in the Aquarius season as well. Sun is also in Aquarius, so time to get Aquarian. Let's be progressive. Let's be humanitarian. Let's see if we can be more progressive. You guys should have got newsletters as well. For those of you who are on my email list anyway, I sent out, it was a little bit late. Yes, I know. I sent it out yesterday. It should have been day before yesterday. You should be getting a newsletter from me from the moment the sun moves into changes zodiac sign. So every month basically, but there are little ones in between, little like cosmic update news, promotions, things, classes, workshops that are coming up, and I've got quite a lot of workshops coming up. Well, I've got a lot of workshops this year. It's like I'm banging it out there right now. So astrology from beginners to intermediate to advanced, gotta get on it. Also tarot. Shout outs to Sister Aura. I know you did say that you wanted to. Don't worry, there's another beginners. It's going to be next week. I said next week, next month, February. So do watch out for that. So any of you guys who are interested in learning how to read tarot cards, beginners, taking you through it so you can be equipped to read your own tarot cards, and perhaps maybe you may want to go on and help other people and become a tarot card reader yourself. I am there for you. I will be bringing you some very, very good courses. They normally run over the weekend, Saturday and Sunday from about 1:30 p.m. and they're about 2 hours, 2.5 hours each day. So yeah, you want to, and it's the price is worth it. So you definitely want to get in on that. Okay, let's get back to the astrology. Enough of my plug-in and what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. What is happening here? What are we seeing? Okay, well, on Sunday gone, I did speak about the sun squaring Jupiter right now. So we've got the sun here at 3 degrees of Aquarius, and it's squaring Jupiter at 6 degrees of Taurus. This is about inflation. This is about, it's about growth, right? This is what essentially that is all about. So do be mindful. This can be quite, you see, this particular aspect, we know Jupiter is the planet of luck, right? So there can be some upliftment that we experience in the next couple of days. Are there any Leo rising here? If you got any Leo rising in the building, this is definitely for you. Sun, because the sun is your chart ruler. So there can be a feeling of just feeling confident, but just generally, globally, amongst people, there will be sort of like a uplift. But we just need to be careful that we don't take it for granted and we don't we don't go overboard. Jupiter can be a bit excessive, especially in a square aspect. It can be a little bit excessive. It can overinflate the ego. Okay, so we've got a sun Jupiter. So what that kind of does on a mundane level, on a collective level, is that we become more optimistic about things. Okay, we have a bit more of a kind of happy-go-lucky kind of attitude. Yeah, so we're going to have that over the course of the next week because the sun is squaring Jupiter. So we may feel a bit of a, oh yeah, everything's going to be okay. And if you actually listen especially if you watch a lot of the news right now. You will see a lot of that sun squaring Jupiter right now coming through. Everything's going to be okay. It's all going to be sorted, especially perhaps maybe in the region of politics. With the likes of Donald Trump, everything's tremendous. Everything's going to be okay. It's huge. It's huge, man. That kind of stuff. But just whether it's other politicians and watch the news, and you'll find this kind of uplifting kind of energy, high spirited kind of energy, optimistic kind of energy, and perhaps even quite a jovial kind of energy as well. But the danger is that it becomes a bit excessive. It goes a little bit overboard. This is how the Sun Jupiter is, but can be quite fortunate. It can favor things like travel, knowledge, spirituality, religion, so we may hear, quite a few things about religion or philosophies, or a lot about education, or a lot about travel over the course of the next week with this Sun square to Jupiter. So watch out for that. That's good. That's good. It will keep us going. If there's any Cancer rising, any Cancer rising in the building, if you're Cancer rising, this could be good for your money. Jupiter, Sun Jupiter square, because the Sun rules your second house. So this could be good for financial matters. So any Cancer rising in the building, you can be making some good money perhaps over the course of the next week or so, or be given a gift or maybe a pay rise. Who knows? Sun square Jupiter. Take that on board. It's a good one. What else have we got here? Okay, so Venus has just moved into Capricorn, like I say, and she's trining Jupiter as well. Now, this is really good. We love a Venus Jupiter, don't we? Or do we not? This is the indulging aspects here. We've got Venus, the planet of pleasure, the planet of love, planet of romance, the planet of all forms of pleasure. And then we got Jupiter, who's the planet of expansion. So you bring these two together, we get huge pleasure, huge indulgence, spending lots of money, having a party. So this is that kind of week, right? Especially for perhaps maybe you guys who are Taurus rising, Libra rising. This could be quite good for you. You want to definitely take that on board. For those of you who are Virgo rising, that could be good for your money, because Venus is ruling your second house. And also for people who are Aries rising also as well. Aries rising, Virgo rising, Venus is ruling your second house. You want to get in on the act, man. But do be mindful, because again, it's Jupiter and one can go overboard with this. And before you know it, you're spending too much money. Shout out to everybody there in the chat room, on the YouTube. Shout out to everybody who's joining me here on the Instagram. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge Podcast. If it's your first time, it's an astrological show. This show aims to educate, inform, enlighten, entertain, but it is astrologically centered. Okay? But I do connect it with other things: philosophy, mythology, tarot, magic, esotericism, all forms of philosophy. It's all part of the show, man. This show is not limited to, all aspects, but it's sort of like astrology is like the springboard. It's a astrologically centered or orientated show. And right now, if you're just wondering what I'm talking about or what you're seeing on your screens, it's just a chart for now. And I'm just talking about the current planetary positions and what we're going to be experiencing over the course of the next few weeks. This month has really come to an end, right? Before you know it, we'll be singing Happy New Year 2025. I tell you, where does the time go? Anyway, back to Venus. Venus is trining Jupiter right now. She's also sextiling Saturn. She's actually going to hit the sextile to Saturn first. The sextile with Saturn will really start tomorrow, the 25th of January, on the day of the full moon. We got a full moon. I'll be speaking about the full moon in a moment. Or shall I speak about it now? We got a full moon in Leo happening tomorrow. It's going to be about 4 degrees of Leo. If any of you've got anything at 4 degrees of Leo, this is you. Something's coming into the light. This is quite an interesting full moon for me because the moon is in the sign of Leo, or will be in the sign of Leo. She's currently in Cancer at the moment, but she will be moving into Leo at some point later, early tomorrow morning or something. But what is fascinating with me about this full moon is that the moon is in the sign of Leo, which is ruled by the sun. And the sun is in the opposite sign at the moment, in the sign of Aquarius, where the sun is in his detriment. Hence why for us in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the coldest part of the year. Although it's not so cold today. Today is actually a little bit bright, but it's very windy. But nevertheless, we know that this particular time of the year is often more cold. So there's kind of like a paradox with this full moon. It's like majestic, but it's also, I don't want to use the word weak, but it's majestic on one level, but on another level, it's like, I don't know. But I don't want to use the word weak. That's the thing. It's something else. It's almost like it's majestic, but it's not at home in a sense. But it's an interesting full moon. It's Leo. We know Leo is the zodiac sign ruled by the sun. It's all about the illumination. It's all about the light. It's all about power. So this full moon in Leo, what is it that it's bringing to us? How we can step into our power, how we can shine. It's connected perhaps also with our aspects of creativity, our ability to create. So it's a good one. But what's also interesting as well with this full moon, Pluto's involved. So I don't think we can neglect Pluto, as Pluto's just also moved into Aquarius. Although the full moon is going to be at 4 degrees of Leo, Pluto is involved also as well. So this is really about, there's a power game here. There's a power struggle here. There's an intensity here. There's a need to release. There's a need to confront our inner demons, that which is holding us back, that which we are battling with. That is going to be that Pluto, also aspecting or being part of that full moon in Leo. So, it's a big one. Full moons are about bringing things to fruition, bringing things to completion. That is what the full moons do. So the question is, what is coming fruition in your life right about now? What is being given the limelight? Where are you being asked? Where are you being asked to shine? Where are you being asked to build a sense of your own power, or leadership maybe, or creativity, is what this full moon is about. You can charge your crystals. Charge them tonight. Put them out on the windowsill. Make sure that they hit the sunlight. I'm always letting you know about the crystals. Charge up your crystals, man. Charging the crystals is good during the full moon, especially with this full moon. In Leo, it's got, it's majestic. I love Leo. Shout out to all you Leos out there. I love the Leo energy. It's a real, I think it's because I love cats. I love lions, so there's something to it. I don't know. Maybe it's my South Node in Leo, something like that. Maybe I was a Leo in a past life or something. So I came back this lifetime as a Libra. Hey. It is what it is. So we got the full moon. So all watch out for that. And try also as well, it's very good to meditate on a full moon. If you can even get yourself out where, we all live in different places. But where that if the moonlight can come in, if there's not too much clouds as well, depending where you are, but if you can get the moonlight to hit you, meditate, say a few words. Full moon's a very powerful time. You know me, Cancer rising, got to get my water. So yeah, it is what it is. So this full moon is going to be quite full on. Shout out to everybody there in the chat. Again, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat, especially on the YouTube. So I will be maybe answering back via text, or I said via text. Yeah, well, it is text, isn't it? Or messaging or whatever. So I may message you there because I may not see it on the screen or anything. So do forgive me with that. Too many screens, man. It's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, let's get back to it. So Venus, we can see Venus here from tomorrow. She moves to 2 degrees. She starts the sextile with Saturn. The sextile with Saturn, Venus-Saturn, it's going to perfect on the 28th of January, right? On the 28th of January, the Venus-Saturn is going to perfect. Not only is the Venus-Saturn going to perfect, but the Venus-Jupiter is also going to perfect on that day as well. So it's quite interesting. That's going to be this Sunday. I'll be doing a podcast then as well, so I'll be speaking about it as well. But to give you the heads up, Venus-Saturn is quite good for, stabilizing things. Saturn is a very good stabilizer. Saturn will hold things in place, even though Saturn's in Pisces at the moment, so it's a bit of a slippery slope for him. But Saturn's energy does ground, and not only that, there's a reception with this aspect because Venus is in the sign of Capricorn, which is ruled by Saturn. So Saturn's going to be receiving her, or she's going to be received by Saturn. But the fact of the matter is, this sextile aspect is quite good. It's quite harmonious. It gives us good potential around money saving, money protection, financial responsibilities, money spending. This can be very, very good. So I'm quite, again, optimistic about this particular aspect because at the same time, Venus is also trining Jupiter. And Venus trine Jupiter sometimes can overindulge, okay? Too much party, too much drinking, too much eating, too much, pleasure-seeking things. But I feel like this one is, and she's in the sign of Capricorn anyway, so she will tend to be a bit more responsible, a bit more mature about things. Venus in Capricorn, but with the trying to, and again, there's also another reception here because Venus is trining Jupiter, and Jupiter's in the sign of Taurus, which also is ruled by Venus. So there's a reception there also as well. So they're all receiving each other. There's kind of like a mini triangle there. So the energies around the 27th, 28th of January are quite good, people. So do watch out for that. You want to be definitely harnessing that. Very good, great for relationships, great for money matters, great for enjoying yourself, pampering yourself, looking after yourself. Do remember, looking after yourself is very important, right? If you don't love yourself, well, you can't expect people to love you, as much or as good. Every charity begins at home, people. It's about self-love, self-appreciation, self-esteem, self-confidence. Those are the kinds of things. And this is an aspect that really promotes that and really helps that and harnesses that and builds on that also as well. Venus, sextile Saturn, Saturn, sextile Jupiter, Jupiter, Venus, trine Jupiter. I mean, that's wonderful, And actually, even on the 28th of January, as you can see on the screen, the moon is also going to be in Virgo. So she's going to be trining Venus and Jupiter. Listen, the 28th of January is a good day. Mark my word, it's a good day. So I'm gonna leave that there. What else is happening? Well, a few days before the 28th, let's say the 27th, right? On the 27th of January, there's a conjunction with Mercury and Mars. Now, there's a build-up already. They're already conjunct right now as we speak. But it's really going to be exact on the 27th of January. But it will start, well, it's starting now, like I said. So in 3 days' time, they're going to be exact. They're going to be an exact conjunction with Mercury and Mars. We see them here toddling along like they are best of buddies. We got the planet of communication and the planet of assertion on war going together. So what's going to happen? It's going to be very interesting in terms of how we communicate, especially you Gemini rising, Virgo rising. Perhaps you want to watch how you are communicating around this time. But just generally anyway, we want to be very mindful how we're communicating, because Mercury, Mars can have a real feisty, hot venom to it. And watch the news. Watch the news that's going to be hitting us around this time to do with this Mercury Mars, because we're gonna hear a lot of venom. We're gonna hear a lot of sting in people's vocabulary. So those are things to definitely you want to be watching out for. What else? Words are weapons with Mercury, Mars. But do you know what it's very good for? Sharp mind. Very good for a good debate. Especially for those of you who have Mercury, Mars aspects in your chart, any aspect of it, because you guys will feel it. Gemini rising, Virgo rising, you guys will feel it also as well. So it's good. Watch how you are driving around this time. Mercury, Mars very often does not favor, speeding. Don't want to end up with a speeding ticket, or worse yet, getting into an accident. Because Mercury is the planet of travel. And Mercury, Mars, traveling fast. So watch how you are traveling. Try not to be too hasty. It's going to perfect on the 27th, but it will also be there on the 28th of January as well. So yeah, let's keep an eye on that. So then we'll have the Venus on the 28th. Like I said, 28th is a good day. It's a good day. I like it. Bring it on. So then what starts to happen? Also on the 28th, on the 28th / 29th of January, the planet Mercury is going to be trining Uranus. Communication meets genius. Very good for techie stuff. Any of you guys doing techie stuff, computer stuff, networking, communication, here is where you want to get your net game up, your network game up. For those of you who are perhaps on social media, Instagram, Facebook, this is going to be like, whoa, it's going to be a big one. Mercury trine Uranus. It's going to be good. Any Gemini risings out there, any Virgo risings out there, you're going to find that you're switched on. You're there. Mind is going to be racing very quickly. So you want to take this object. Good for trade. Mercury rules trade. Mercury trining Uranus, there can be some quick trade with that one. You get some genius insights. Great for studying. Great for discovering new information. That will be Mercury trine Uranus. So Mercury is going to be trining Uranus on the 28th of Jan, 29th of Jan. That is looking good. And then a few days later, literally on the 30th, even actually before 29th, 30th, on the 29th, Mercury will still be trining Uranus, but on the 28th on the 29th, / 30th, the planet Mars is also going to be trining Uranus as well. lots of energy, very electrifying. Mars Uranus can be a little bit of a ticking bomb. You never quite know what you're gonna get. I mean, Uranus is that kind of planet anyway, right? You never know what you're gonna get. Things can kick off at any time. So it is what it is. And look what's happening. I'm getting a phone call, but guess what? I ain't answering, and you can't get me. Leave me alone. But anyhow, so yeah, Mars Uranus, great energy. Any guy, listen, if you, not just guys, anybody, you got any projects that perhaps you maybe, because you see, Mars is to do with our challenges. Here, he's getting he's going to be trying in Uranus. It's good. It's like we can speed things up. We can finish off things quickly. We can get things done very quickly because our energy is going to be heightened with Mars trining Uranus. It's really good. Even though, Uranus can be somewhat erratic, but this is really good. So we really want to be taking, full opportunity of this Mars trining Uranus. Is there any Pisces rising in the building? Any Pisces rising, Libra rising? This could be good for your financial stuff, right? Because obviously, Mars is ruling your second house. So if there's any Pisces rising or Libra rising, that's for you. It's good for your money. Money coming in quickly. But do remember, second house works the other way too. Money coming in quickly, but also going out quickly, especially with Mars Uranus. You don't want to have these, money stuff, coming, out of the blue, like, sort of like impulsive spending or erratic spending. It's more erratic. Well, it can be impulsive as well. Mars is involved. What am I talking about? It's both. It's both erratic and impulsive. Take your pick. So Mars trining Uranus. So that's going to be on the 29th of Jan. Also on the 30th of Jan as well, Mars will be perfecting that trine to Uranus. So yeah, big stuff there. And what else is going to be happening, man? Then it kind of goes a little bit quiet, right? 31st of Jan, Mars is still trining Uranus, but it's starting to wane. Okay, it's starting to wane. And then we come to the month of February. What is next week's? I need to check out next week's date in terms of what's next week. What's next week Wednesday going to be about? What's hold on a minute. Today's the 24th, so 31st. So I'm going to be here on the 31st. I think the 31st, I'm going to talk more about what's happening in February. Okay. And where I'm going to leave it for today. So to just give you the update for the last week of January, I will talk. Well, what's happening February the 1st? This is it on the screen right now. Venus is starting to make a trine to Uranus, but not quite. At some point, the Sun is going to square Uranus, all in the month of February. I'll bring up more about that date also as well. On February the 9th, we're going to be having a new moon in the sign of Aquarius. We're welcoming the new Chinese year. It's going to be the year of the dragon. Any dragons out there? Dragons? Any dragons? What was it? Every 12 years. So we're in 2024 now. So in 2012, in 2000, those are your years. 88. And so on and so forth. So if any year of the dragon. So I'm going to be speaking a little bit about that as well and what we can expect with the year of the dragon coming up, with the new moon in Aquarius. New moon in Aquarius every year always marks the Chinese New Year, and so I'll be speaking about that. So this is all going to be in February. I don't want to talk about too much of what's going to be happening in February at the moment. I'm just going to leave it. I'll probably leave it on that new moon. We're going to have that new moon on the 9th, on the 9th of Feb. But are there anything? Okay. Okay. To let you know, on the 4th of Feb, Mercury is going to move into Aquarius. We're going to get a huge Aquarius kind of energy in February, because Mercury is going to move into Aquarius. Mars will move into Aquarius. Venus will move into Aquarius. So we'll get quite a bit of Aquarius energy. So Aquarius concentrated. Yeah, we all welcome that. Nothing wrong with that. And I think I will leave it there, as you've got the kind of updates for the rest of the month of January. And then of course, there's going to be another show on Sunday, right? So you get more updates. So I'll be bringing you more. I'll be talking more about what's coming up and the planetary influences as well. Do remember, on Sunday, the show goes out, or the show goes live at 7 p.m. UK time. Okay. I'm also available. Everything gets uploaded also on my podcast platforms, which you can find on Amazon, Apple, Spotify. Yeah, please download. Please leave a comment. Send in your questions, and I'll be happy to answer them also while I'm on air. So you want to support the show, man, is all what I'm just trying to say. Twice a week, it's not easy. It's not easy. So bear that in mind. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. I think that's about it. Is it not? Yeah. Yes, it's. I think we will leave it there. Thank you. And we can then get back to the we can get back to what we do best. Yeah, it is what it is. Welcome to the Lunar Lounge Podcast. Now, it's going to be competition time. Yeah. You can see it there at the bottom, competition time. There's going to be some slight changes, people. The only thing I'm changing is just the date in terms of when you send in the answer. People, please listen. People, you don't listen. I found that people don't listen. Listen, somebody sent me an email to my personal email sending me the answer. I'm like, brother, I told you guys. Listen, I'm going to be putting the email address on the screen in a moment, so you're going to be able to see it, right? For the competition time. We've got some winners. We've got a winner. I think that 2 weeks ago, this book was up. It's what was the question for that one? Let me just go back. I don't want to get it mixed up. The last week's question was again about the okay, so because we had some I think that that was for the so the winner of this is Christian. Again, people are complaining. You might have to get a band. I've still got your other book, which you have won, Christian. So you got 2 books. I'm definitely going to be popping them in the post this week because they're taking up space in my house, basically. And you've won them. So, so these are yours. I think you won this one at some point last month or something, but you won this one also as well. I think that was to do with the question about the 4 planets being in domicile, I can't even remember the question, but it was to do with 4 planets. But I gave another similar kind of question last week. I think last week's question I asked, what does the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn have in common? We have a winner for that. £30 is coming over to you. I don't. Oh, I should actually look, because I don't actually have a name. Some of you are texting in and don't give me a name. I've got to pull you up on something here. This is Kristen. Kristen? Yeah. Kristen. I think that's the name that I've got for that. Do you know what? I asked a question about the planets. What does the Sun, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn have in common? And you answered, this is you, Kristen, you answered they are all masculine, which is correct, but it's not the answer I was looking for. Christian also again, you went too far. What I'm gonna have to pull you up on this one. I mean, you didn't win it. You missed it by about a minute. Your thing, I can show you here right now. You can't see it on the screen, but it came in at 2 minutes after 12. Somebody got there at 1 minute after 12, or before 1 minute after that. But you said all the planets are exalted in cardinal sign, which is correct. But then you went on to say, and detriment in cardinal sign. That ain't true. The Sun is not detriment in a cardinal sign. He's a detriment in a fixed sign. You got to get your detriment and falls in order. So yeah, watch it. Jupiter is not in detriment in a cardinal sign. What side the cardinal sign is doing? It's immutable. Come on, man. He's in fall. Okay. But I get what you're saying. But you didn't win it this time around. The winner that we have this week is Eamon. £30 goes over to you. Your answer came in first, like I said. The question was, what does Sun, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn have in common? And the answer was, they are all exalted in cardinal signs. The Sun is exalted in Aries, Mars is exalted in Capricorn, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, and Saturn is exalted in Libra, and they are all cardinal. So that was a very easy one for this week. Do I have a question? Yes. There's also another book for grabs, another classic here, Ireta. I believe this book is a classic. We've only had one winner of this book so far. Shout outs to Angela. I still haven't posted it. I hate going post office, man. What part of that don't you get? But here we got Ireta. And I will be asking the question in the next minute or two. However, here are the rules. The rules are, you do not answer the question right now if you're listening right now. Many of the people actually listen to this actually on the podcast, maybe the day after also. So you answer the question. I've changed it now. Pay attention, guys. It's going to be next week, Tuesday night. No more Wednesday. So it's not, I've just pulled it back 24 hours now. So next week, Tuesday night. So what next week, Tuesday is going to be what? What is the date for next week, Tuesday? Let me check here. It's going to be the 30th. Okay. So from midnight, same principle. From midnight, the first person who sends the answer into my DMs. Sorry, why did I say DMs? Like I'm on Instagram? No, not DMs. I am going to put the that's the email address right there. You can see it on the screen, people. It's right there in front of you. The Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. The Lunar Lounge Podcast at gmail.com. It's there on your screens. So, you don't need to, well, you do need to write it down, I suppose. So the first person who inboxes me from 12 midnight, that's GMT time, Kristen. Kristen was emailing me like on some, shout outs to Kristen. I may have to give you a little something because I love your attempt. I love your enthusiasm. Try to get in there. And also with that question, it wasn't the answer that I was looking for. But you are correct in what you said. They are all masculine planets. So I may have to just give you a little something on that one. So shout outs there. You may have to email me your address, and I'll send you a little something because two things can be right, but it wasn't the answer that I was looking for. The answer was the one that Eamon got. Shout outs to Eamon. Shout outs to you. Congratulations, Eamon. Got to give you that round of applause, Eamon. That always happen. Shout outs to you. So I'll send you something. I'll send over the details. I'll email you about the details, and then you can get paid. We can see how we're going to get you paid. So the email address is there on your screen. It is what it is. Okay. So the question for this week. This book is up for grabs. It is a classic, Ireta. I'm trying to find the book because this is by Giugo Bonatti, one of the classic Italian medieval astrologers. Wrote quite a number of books, but this is book 3 and 6. I want to know where 1, 2, and 3 is. Well, it's up for grabs. Anyway, people, it's up for grabs. Ireta. Yeah, you're going to try and get the Ireta? Okay, so this is up for grabs. So the question is, I'm going to make it simple. I'm going to make it easy. Let me think of what is it I should be asking you guys. Or shall I make it not simple? Okay. Right. The question is, what planet rules forests? Forest of trees. What planet rules forests? What planet rules forests? The answer, you got the email address right there. It's on the screen. This is what's up for grabs. The email address is right there on the screen, right? The Lunar Lounge Podcast @gmail.com. The first person who inboxes me from 12 midnight next week, Tuesday. Please listen, people. Not before. Next week, Tuesday, from midnight. You can set that. Or you can stay up all night if you want to. First person who inboxes me gets the prize. What planet rules forests? That should be an easy one. Surely. Come on, guys. Behave yourself. You can get that one. That is competition time. Everything's there on the screen, so you can see all of that. Competition time over. What time? What is it? What is it now? Yes, the tarot card of the week. Of course, it is tarot card of the week. How can it not be? Okay, well, I'm gonna give a shuffle. You know what I do, and I'm gonna let you know what card it is that we're getting this week. Shout out to everybody here in the chat. Thanks for your support. Shout outs to Yvette, Faye, everybody there in the chat, Sister Aura, Tiffany from Memphis, Tennessee. How's everything going over there? If I can't see your thing, don't worry. I'm gonna answer perhaps maybe back in the chat. Shout out to everybody here on the Instagram also as well. Also on the Facebook. I get quite a few people watching this on Facebook. Interestingly, I didn't know. I had no idea. It is what it is. Okay, so I'm just shuffling the cards here. I'm going to pull out the card of the week, and here we are going to have it, right? It is what it is. Tarot card of the week. So, just shuffling, you know me. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay. Right. Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to split the cards. Whatever the card is, that's what it is. What card have we got this week? What's it going to be? Wheel of Fortune. I love it. 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 Wheel of Fortune. Oh, you got to be joking me. I'm loving that one. We got to take that one, right? It's the Wheel of Fortune, people. That's the card that's come out for us. The Wheel of Fortune. How can you not love the Wheel of Fortune? And I think, again, planetary-wise, that's going to be connected with that Venus-Jupiter. Venus-Jupiter. Venus is trining Jupiter right now. Sextiling Saturn. I did say it was going to be nice. Also, the Sun is squaring Jupiter also as well. There's a somewhat a bit of an uplift, right? Well, that's got to be the Wheel of Fortune. So that's what it is. It's going to be a fortunate week for us, people. But do be mindful. Don't go over the top. This card does, you're going up and then you can come down as well. So do watch it. But this card is indicating here that there are going to be moments and opportunities for us to be fortunate in our life. There's going to be opportunities for us to be able to get where we are going to be more fortunate in life. And that is what this card essentially is about. So it's the Wheel of Fortune for us this week, people. Really, 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 really happy to see this. I get that. We got this not a few. We got it before, a few months ago, perhaps. Shout out to Sebastian. Welcome, Sebastian. I hope you saw my answer. I wasn't too sure if you were still in because you were telling me about Pluto just moved into the Pluto just moved into Aquarius, opposing your Venus. That's a big one. That's all about change around your values and around your relationships. Relationships going under very powerful and very transformative. But we shall speak. I'm going to be giving you a call, Mr. Sebastian. Hope you're well and happy new year to you, sir. So, Wheel of Fortune it is for this week. People, seek opportunity where you can seek it. Take advantage where you can take it. And the Wheel of Fortune is definitely on your side. It really looks good. I like it. I like it. I like it. Wheel of Fortune. Round of applause for Wheel of Fortune, people. Round of applause for the Wheel of Fortune. I like it. Give me again. Give me another one, baby. Hey, come on, man. That's how we do right here at the Lunar Lounge Podcast. Well, that's me for another day. I was going to say week, but it's twice a week now. Remember, I'm here 12:30 p.m. UK time every Wednesday, and every Sunday will be at 7 p.m. Also as well. So you're getting twice a week, people. Twice a week. You cannot, you can't beat that, surely. So it is what it is. That is me for the day. What else can I say? My name's Israel Josie. I want to thank each and every single one of you for supporting the show. Keep supporting. Do subscribe. Do leave the comments. Thank you for everybody there in the chat for your participation. Really, really appreciate it. I'll be back this Sunday coming, which is what's the date for Sunday? I can't even. I need to get my dates up. I need a calendar in front of me is what I need. 28th. Okay, so it's going to be the 28th. So 28th, I'll be here, 7 p.m. UK time. Make sure you get on board. And on that note, people, I am out. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Have a great week. And that is me. Thank you.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge, baby.
The Hitmakers.
Welcome to the Lunar Lounge.